Most people who changed history meant to. They had plans, armies, manifestos, budgets. These people had none of that. They sneezed, they dropped something, they took a wrong turn, and the world was never the same. Person 1. The Archduke's driver who got lost. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria survived an assassination attempt in Sarajevo. The bomb missed. The motorcade sped away. The assassins had failed. The day was over. History was safe. Then, the driver took a wrong turn. He pulled into a side street to correct the mistake and stopped directly in front of Gavrilo Princip, one of the assassins who had given up and was buying a sandwich. Princip looked up from his sandwich. The Archduke was 3 feet away. He fired twice. Franz Ferdinand was dead within the hour. Within 6 weeks, the entire world was at war. 17 million people would die in the conflict that followed because a driver made a wrong turn. Person 2. The scientist who didn't clean his petri dish. In 1928, Alexander Fleming went on vacation. Before he left, he stacked his petri dishes, bacterial cultures he had been studying, in a pile near the window. He did not clean them. He left for 2 weeks. When he came back, one of the dishes had mold growing on it. Any other scientist would have thrown it away. Fleming looked closer. The mold, Penicillium notatum, was killing the bacteria around it in a perfect circle. He had just discovered penicillin, the antibiotic that would go on to save an estimated 200 million lives, because a man didn't clean up before his holiday. Person 3. The engineer who miscalculated. In 1962, NASA engineer Mariner 1, the first American spacecraft intended to fly past Venus, was launched. 68 seconds into the flight, it began veering off course. Mission Control had no choice. They destroyed it. The cause of the failure was identified as a single missing hyphen in the navigation code. 1 punctuation mark in 400,000 lines of code. The spacecraft cost $18 million. The hyphen cost nothing. It was the most expensive punctuation mistake in human history, and it set the American space program back by months at a critical moment in the space race. 3 accidents. 3 people who had no idea what they were about to do. History doesn't always get made by the people trying to make it. Sometimes it gets made by a driver who took a wrong turn, a scientist who forgot to clean up, and an engineer who skipped a single character.